She should have kept that between them two. It's very similar to what Jada Pinkett said about Will Smith. Jada said that Will wasn't pleasing her, and since then she's gone on to say a lot of disrespectful things. And that's been a very horrible look for Will and detrimental to the family as a whole. Just a lot of acting out and things that stem from that. So that's the first part. I don't think that Gia should have shared that with everybody. And then the second thing, the reason why they're sharing it is because they're trying to get publicity to sell their books. They're hoping to be able to get a reality show. I know they've been trying to get one for a long time, and that is all the wrong move. If they want to keep their family intact, if they want to protect their family, protect the kids, do not put all your business out there and overshare and overexpose the whole family. DJ Envy, he's very sensitive about his family, and in order
All right, so I agree with Pink Book Lessons in terms of oversharing. Okay, as a matter of fact, my wife and I wrote a book. We have the other platform, Lola and Ola, where her and I just talk, right? We wrote this book called Get My Marriage Back for people who are struggling in marriage and want to increase their chances of putting their family back together. It's something that we did successfully. So that's why we decided to write. It's free. You can just go to getmymarriageback.com. We wrote a 175 pages book on it, right? So it's also available on Amazon. There's an audiobook out there, in those regular platforms. But anyway, she's right in terms of you shouldn't overshare. But it's kind of hard not to overshare if you have a sense of responsibility to your community, right? If you want to, if you want to build a community, right, and you want to be a good example of a marriage in a community, what do you want me to do? Write a book of a bunch of theories and there's no real stories behind them, like real stories of crisis, and then ending up in triumph, right? Ending up being successful, right? It's not my fault that you dwell on the negative part of the story and you don't complete the whole thing, which means we have a successful marriage. So she said something there. She said the same thing that happened with Will Smith. I don't know what she meant by that. I think she's talking about the oversharing. And this is the only thing this is one of the 2 or 3 things that I faulted Will Smith for. I don't fault Will Smith for being able to put his family together like everyone else have done, right? I think it's terrible that the Black community will rather tear down a marriage than build it up. I think it's sad. I think it's sad that we project our own bullshit on them and call it toxic just in the name of entertainment. But it is what it is. I'm not mad if you're just trying to get money. If that's getting you more clicks, kudos to you. Congratulations to you. But over here, I'm going to spell out the real deal. Yes, the real thing that this book could be guilty of, if guilt was a thing at all, I don't think it's a thing if they're selling books, right? The only thing they could be guilty of is oversharing. But you have to share. You have to share real life stories. One of the things that's terrible about some of the most popular platforms when it comes to relationships and marriages and manosphere is that people are just talking ideologies. There's no real life examples, case studies being assessed. For the most part, right? People just talking in theories. But when it gets down to it, a marriage that's, this is another 25 years marriage or so, 25 years marriage or so. And yet the only thing we can pay attention to is the fact that she was faking orgasms for 10 years. Newsflash, most people will experience that. In fact, a lot of women, not most, because I don't know the exact numbers right now, will never experience orgasms, at least not in a not penetrative, whatever that is, not true penetration, right? Should we blame the men for that? No. Blame, guilt, condemnation, judgment. And these are sizable books. They're minimum 200 pages. You can download them absolutely for free by simply going to, for example, this one, you just go to getmymarriageback.com, smartrealestatewholesaling.com, realestatemoneysecrets.com. So yes, I am a 3-time author. And those books are out there for your consumption, and they are also available everywhere on Amazon, anywhere that you pick up books. So in case you prefer a physical book like that. And faults, rights, wrong, those things are irrelevant. You can learn from it. That's what they're trying to do, right? So you don't end up in that kind of situation. You can learn from it, right? So when she says
to everybody, she should have kept that between them two. It's very similar to what Jada Pinkett.
No, I don't think she should have kept it between them two. I think they discussed it. I think they're doing what they're supposed to do. I think a certain echo chamber group of people on the internet are trying to use it to drag them. I don't think it matters, just like it did not matter to Will Smith and Jada. They ended up in India. They ended up saying, okay, I guess an opportunity to heal, right? People even speculating on them divorcing, right? But I don't think so. If they were going to divorce, they would have done it. If they divorced, to be because there were other issues before. And I don't think the issues were any of the ones that people have speculated about. I think it has nothing to do with August Alsina, right? Yeah. But this is even a stronger couple, at least from looking from outside in. So this is not Will and Jada now. How come we're actively trying to tear that marriage down when this could be a good example? Okay, so what? The fake orgasm. So what?
Said about Will Smith. Jada said that Will wasn't pleasing her. And since then, she's going.
She never said that. She never said that. At least not that context, right? What she was talking about is when most married couple will go through this. When you find this, the only problem here is that they're sharing it. But most married couple will go through this when you're trying to satisfy your partner or you don't feel satisfied with the person you married. It doesn't feel the same as the first 2 years of the marriage. Why should that be such a big news? I know why, because we could use it to drag them, right? So she never said Will Smith doesn't satisfy her. She never said that. Not in that context, right? And anybody who is not looking for some level of clout would have said, oh yeah, they must have meant something else. But if you're looking for clouds, hey, knock yourself out.
Going on to say a lot of disrespectful things. And that's been a very horrible look for Will.
I agree. A lot of things that, again, if you don't have insights, you would take it and run with it, and you see that she's disrespecting him. But the truth is that this couple have agreed to share things that most couple would never share. You will never know. This is like the realest, authentic, not authentic, but transparent. Most couple that have lasted this long will ever share, but yet we'll rather dwell on dragging them with it. Just pay attention to that. That's all I'm saying. Right? You could have been right. Jada could be toxic. But just pay attention to the fact that most people prefer to drag them with this part of their story and forget the part that they're still together 25 years later. We're doing the same thing with another couple.
And detrimental to the family as a whole.
And it's not even 3 weeks yet. We're not 3 weeks past Jada and Will's story. And I said this, right? But of course, the algorithm hasn't really shined enough light on this, but we'll continue to work on this. If you're here, I appreciate you, and I appreciate that you're able to hear this, because then you can connect with other people and share with them. But the truth is that I think we enjoy dragging people more, right? Nigerians will call it the boss, right? We enjoy that more than the real truth. What's going on here? Okay, these people have results. They're sharing the worst part of their story, right? What can we learn from that? What is it that they have today? But what we do is we zone in on that terrible part of the story, and then we drag ourselves, not even them, because they don't seem to be bothered, to be honest. Then we drag ourselves as a society, as a community with it. That's what we're doing.
Just a lot of acting out and things that stem from that. So that's the first part. I don't think that Gia should have shared that with their.
Why she's telling the story. She has to sell books. They make money from this. They're entertainers. It is what it is, right? I think we should be more concerned about how come we tend to drag our best in the mud. I think we should be more concerned about that.